Welcome to Feel Good Food,
where we make snacks, treats, and meals
that taste good,
but also make you feel good.
I'm Lydia.
I'm Max.
And today we are making a baked halibut with Herby butter beans.
And I think it has all the elements of a summery dish. It has a lot of herbs, has some lemon, and a nice gentle white fish that you can get just off the East Coast.
And we will be using this beautiful bounty of herbs. We have dill.
We have parsley.
And basil, which is a classic summer herb. So we're gonna pick all of these and then we're gonna chop it all up into a really nice salsa verde, and that's what we'll mix the beans with.
Herbs generally have a lot of bitterness in them, and the sweetness is coming from the actual leaf of the basil or the dill or the parsley. And so it really depends on the herb though, like cilantro. Cilantro stems are delicious and they have a lot of flavor, but they're more watery and not as bitter as like a parsley stem, which you can use, but I'd say that it kind of dilutes the purity of your sauce by using the stems of basil, parsley, or dill. Now we're gonna chop up our herbs. We have a beautiful pile.
You can start with kind of a rough chop. Like Max said, this is gonna shrink quite a lot. Just kind of just some patience. There's a lot of regrouping. You can already tell the size of our pile of herbs has shrunken significantly. Okay, so this is our pile. Also in this salsa verde is the juice of a lemon. We're grating 1 clove of garlic into this bowl where we'll mix the whole sauce.
You never want to use too much garlic in an herb sauce because garlic is really strong when it's raw. So I would say definitely lean towards 2 at most. Let's get the herbs in there.
Max is gonna add olive oil to this. While he does that, I'm going to mince our serrano pepper, and I'm gonna use half of one, just so it's not too spicy.
We want it pretty oily since we're going to mix some beans in here. It's gonna be a lot of volume, so we want enough oil that I can sustain all of those beans. But this is looking like a pretty good consistency. I'm just gonna add a little bit of salt and I think a little bit more oil. You're going very fine, I like this.
Very fine. Well, it has to match kind of the consistency of the herbs.
I like that.
Okay, so this is half of the serrano pepper, and that should add a little bit of heat to this.
All right, I'm gonna grab us a tasting spoon.
Actually pretty good. With any sort of salsa verde, chimichurri, any sort of really sauce you're making, you should follow the recipe, of course, but at the end of the day, you should taste it and adjust the seasoning according to your liking.
As you can see, this is a very nice consistency here, very simple green sauce, and we're just gonna marinate these butter beans in the sauce now.
These butter beans are beautiful. Most of them, maybe all of them are
intact,
which is nice.
So yeah, we're just gonna mix this up now, and those beans will start to absorb some of that flavor. There are very few things I like more than a marinated bean in olive oil and lemon and garlic. All right, these are our beans, and we're just gonna let these sit on the side while we prepare the fish.
So for this part of the recipe, you will need an oven-safe pan, some white wine, a beautiful piece of halibut, or what's kind of a fish substitute
you can use here? Cod or skate or any whitefish, delicate whitefish will work great. It's honestly whatever you got.
In our case, we're using halibut, a beautiful piece of butter, and salt and pepper. And that's all that you need for what will be a beautiful, delicious tasting fish. This piece of fish has its skin on. You can make things easier for yourself by cooking it and taking the skin off after it's cooked.
Yeah, it'll come off once it's all that fat and gelatinous material in there is released. It'll just peel right off once it's cooked. We have our oven on at 350 right now already. We're
gonna start cooking this fish on the stovetop. That's where we're gonna reduce the wine and then put the fish in, and then we're gonna go into the oven for the remaining of the cook.
So now I have about, I don't know, that was maybe a cup of wine in here.
Remember the herbs from earlier? I hope you didn't forget. Well, these are the stems. And what are we gonna do with them?
I am going to throw them in here. It's almost like a stock, you want all that flavor in there. We're just gonna kind of melt this butter in here. So this is coming to a good temperature now where it's warm enough to go into the oven. So I'm just gonna salt the fish gently. You never wanna salt your fish too harshly because it's very delicate. It's not like a steak. There's not a lot of fat and marbling in there. Okay, so now we have our beautiful buttery wine sauce.
It smells really nice.
It smells delicious. I'm just gonna move, actually I'm gonna do it right on top.
Okay.
Do a little
yes.
one of these, So I'm just gonna just do a little bit of one of these. Trying to introduce that liquid to the fish a little bit.
And this also, you can see it's like cooking that first layer because this sauce is quite hot.
Yeah, so I think that's pretty good.
Okay.
And then I'm just gonna pop it in the oven. We have been working hard today, and I think it's time we take a little coffee break.
I agree. I'm a big afternoon coffee person. I need that extra boost to get myself through the day, but I can't risk it weighing me down, especially if I have a workout or an afternoon run later. So I use Planet Oat unsweetened original oat milk in my post-run coffee. It just feels lighter, and I love that it's unsweetened, 0 grams of sugar, and it tastes so creamy.
Yeah, I love Planet Oat too, especially in our oatmeal. I make Lydia some oatmeal all the time before her morning run, and I think it just works better for you, right?
Yes, I have learned the hard way that dairy before a run doesn't sit great. I love using Planet Oat in my oatmeal. It's so nice knowing that I can still have that warm and comforting breakfast without it feeling heavy afterwards when I go and run.
Especially in summer and into fall, it's so nice not having to give up that extra creaminess just because I'm skipping dairy. That's why I love Planet Oat's lineup of oat milks.
You can find Planet Oat unsweetened oat milk at your local grocery store or at planetoat.com/where-to-buy.
So the fish is in the oven. It's been in the oven for like 5 to 7 minutes, and I think it's done.
Wow.
Yeah. Smells fantastic.
Oh my gosh, yes.
I'm telling you, these like little trim, the basil, the dill, the garlic, it really adds a nice flavor. Just gonna get some of that sauce on top of the fish, just kind of like finish the cooking a little bit, and just kind of reintroduce all those flavors once again, make sure it's nicely coated. Honestly, I'm going for feel on this fish, so it has a little bit of a bounce back. So now I'm just gonna transfer this fish into our little pan.
And look at that skin.
Oh my God, okay,
it's like it wants to come off.
It does want to come off. Okay, quick transfer. Precision, oh, I'm doing it.
He's doing it. Boop. Precision, oh my gosh, that's so satisfying. Wow, and the skin is hot, but it came off so easily. Now we're at the part of the recipe that's assembly.
And we'll start with laying down some beans. So these have like now marinated a little bit and introduced that flavor into the beans slightly.
For summer, sometimes you don't want to eat something that's piping hot. And the beans are room temperature to cool, depending on whether you put that in the fridge while it was marinating. And the fish, of course, is warm, but to me, this is a perfect summer lunch.
So now we have our beans down. I'm just gonna take our little fish here, and then I'm just gonna place the fish right on top. I like a blank fish. Just a little black pepper, a little bit of lemon.
So now we have this beautiful plate of halibut and butter beans and herbs. I love how the oil has kind of like diffused around the side. I think that's so pretty. And now the last thing to do is try it.
Let's do it.
Okay.
I think it's great also for the oils, get some bread, dip some bread in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's super nice.
Maybe some rustic sourdough. Oh. That is summer on a plate. It's so good. I want to be near the ocean. I want the salt air to be blowing in my hair right now. So nice. This is the definition of feel-good food. So healthy.
I can't stop eating it.
Yeah. Thanks for watching this episode of Feel Good Food.
You can find this recipe on Food52.
And join us next time.